This morning, the Las Vegas judge attacked during a sentencing hearing.
Slam into that. Top of the hour ad break by subscribing for $5 or free with the Twitch Prime or by getting gifted a sub. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
Bench.
She remained sore and stiff, but thankful it was not more severe.
After he was denied probation for repeated offenses, 30-year-old Deobra Redden lunged over the bench, pinning Judge Mary Kay Holthus against the wall, pummeling her on the floor.
This is a very unique situation that, as far as I know, has never happened before with somebody supermaning over a judicial bench.
The chief judge, Jerry Weiss, credits the court clerk for heroic actions for pulling Redden off Judge Holthus.
Michael Lasso, her law clerk.
Okay. I'm sorry, but that's an incredibly impressive leap. That dude is just, his talents are going to waste.
Clerk was probably the primary person that pulled the defendant off of her and probably kept her from having more severe injuries.
Judge Weiss says there's currently a shortage of marshals providing security in the Clark County court system. He says only one marshal was present at the time of the attack, but he admits even a second may not have stopped Redden.
He moved too quick.
Dude, they're kind of glazing him a little bit, which I respect. Bro, look at his back feet. Like, that's awesome. I mean, he cleared it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I really respect that. I will say it with my entire chest. I respect the shit out of that.
He says only one marshal was present at the time of the attack, but he admits even a second may not have stopped Redden.
He moved too quick, and I think the marshal was right behind him, just couldn't get to him. I don't know what could have prevented this. I mean, I think that we are looking at every opportunity we can to make things better.
Redden now faces a slew of new charges, and Judge Holthus will be back to oversee his new sentencing, scheduled for next week.
Court officials say they're now reviewing security measures and hope to increase.
You really believe this kind of crime is awesome? Yeah, it's impressive. I'm sorry. It's super. No, I already ran the top of the hour ad break, Chowder. You missed it. It's so impressive. It's so impressive. Did you hear what the judge did before he did that? No. Bro's in the wrong court. Oh, that's such a good take.
I just can't with that history. And of course, I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
Wait, that's it? I don't know about his crimes or records, but I didn't think she was that wrong. Yeah, I don't know about his crimes or record as well.
Mr. Redden, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf before I pronounce sentence?
So basically, I would like to tell the courts and everyone here, like, based on my criminal history, like, I feel that, like, for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I actually just, I looked at it.
I mean, you lived it, I suppose.
I just looked at it,
Yeah.
And,
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
Yeah, I just figured, like...
Battery on a protected person, robberies, attempt home invasion. Go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you, I was just...
I just figured, like, I'm in a better place in my mind, in my mental health. I have a support system. I just got hired as a Teamster for, the union, making $20 an hour. And, like, the reason behind every single domestic violence I've been
He's a union man. Free him. He's a union man. Free him. Free him.
dealing with mental health, and I didn't know that I was dealing with mental health. And they put me in mental health court, and I still didn't know that I had a mental health problem until it was August 2022 when I realized I had a problem with this. And like having a dictionary and like understanding myself, getting to know myself a little better, and applying it to my personality, and having an epiphany at that moment in those instances, and just like trying to learn from my mistakes, And I feel like I shouldn't be sent to prison, But if it's appropriate for you, then you have to do what you have to do. But I figure that, you know, if I'm in a better place in my life, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes now.
Try saying free him, he beats women. I mean, he's a union man. Plenty of wife beaters are out there free and not union men. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, half the cops in that courtroom have beat their wives. They're union men too. They should be in prison instead. You're gonna get clipped? No, I'm okay. All jokes aside, look, she's clearly listen. I mean, clearly his reaction after the judge's condescension shows that maybe he's got a little bit more learning to do. The unfortunate problem is that prison is the worst place for that kind of learning. Chat's like, wow, this guy's toxic. Domestic violence. He tackled the judge. This guy's clearly nuts. Yeah. So that's my take. His reaction was adequate. No tolerance for racism, says anarcho junkie. Dude, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? Yo, people love larving in this chat. How can you sit there and say you're a reformer and attack the judge like that? No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He seems like he's not personally as reformed as he thinks he is. You know what I mean?
You know, and I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was then, you know, so, but that's, I'm a person who never stops trying to do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. And I just, you know, and I'm trying, and I never give up trying to do the right thing. I know I'm not a rebellious person. I don't want to be standing here. I don't want you to have to, you know, sit up there and waste your time as well, you know? But the criteria of me saying this is that I'm a person that never stops trying to do the right things, even if it's hard.
He definitely is a overachiever. I'm just saying, he is an overachiever. I think, you know, clearing the bar. I mean, the judge being a woman and him being that excited to pummel her kind of also plays along with the DV charges. Like I feel like he's like extra good at doing that. Okay, he's the judge now. Looking at his priors, I think it does make more sense that he would be denied no time served. I think looking at his priors and looking how long the rap sheet is, even with everything I know about how those rap sheets are cultivated, especially when paired with his reaction to the judge, it does feel like, you know, there's got to be a little bit of punishment, right? It sucks because I didn't do this DV. Look, this is a DV, tackles the judge. You could clear easily. No, I could not. Look at the space.
Yes, I have mental problems.
Thank you.
I think the court can trust that he is going to perform well on probation. I think he's worth this risk. The court wants the 1948 as suggested by the PA. I would have no issue with that, but to suspend it rather than just send him to prison for any length of time. I think it makes more sense given the circumstances and his ability to do probation successfully that he be given this opportunity.
Bro, I feel like, you know, Jimmy McGill would have done a better job. Jimmy McGill would have had him walking, dude.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
It's still funny though. Listen, I want to hear what Alex's take. I want to hear what Lolo's take would be here. Like, what do you do when your client leaps at the judge? It's so crazy, man. It is so crazy. It actually is funnier now with the context when you think about it, because he like went on this long tangent about how he's a reformed man. He has a good job. He's a good union job, and how things are looking better for him. And then his defense attorney turns around and and says, "My client, he did have a take. Gonna keep it a bug with you. I just saw this tonight and I've watched it about 100 times. I needed this." Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, like, I've talked to Lolo about this a lot. You know, Lolo overruled. I mean, dude, it's gruesome out there. You got like homeless people that are nabbed for like fare evasion, and then they get slapped with like additional charges like resisting arrest, things of that nature. You got people that want to see their children for the holidays, and like The judges should demonstrate that level of contempt all the time. Probably as a consequence of like consistently dealing out what they think is justice on a daily basis. So much crime they see. And you can't really do that without kind of being disgusted by the people that you are sending to prison. It'd be kind of difficult, right? If you saw them as human beings, you're like, well, I'm literally jailing, removing the freedoms of actual human beings with loved ones and goals and aspirations. So, Hasan, you privileged, spoiled brat. You are literally acting like your uncle, you privileged shit. Nah, Hasan, you're just being a reactionary. All judges deserve this. It's especially funny because I'm describing like the thought process behind why judges are so gross. Your chatter. Go ahead. How does that make you feel? Listen, you got anarchist in your username on Twitch. Probably haven't seen this in a while. You probably haven't seen this in a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? He was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar. Regular prison is probably bad for him. No, I know. That's why I said, well, I didn't know that, but that's why I said, like, this is a man who definitely still needs rehabilitation. Unfortunately for all of us, prison will not offer that for him at all. If anything, it will make his situation significantly worse. However, having said that, it is completely ridiculous to say that a guy who leapfrogged at a judge with a massive rap sheet it doesn't deserve some level of like being removed from society, because he does. What do you mean? Like, I'm sorry. I think the video is awesome. I think it is normal to want to do that. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, after all, this is the person in front of you that is basically sending you to hell. Okay? Is that not violent? Of course it is. Of course. In the most basic way, this is the same principle behind in Germany. It is not illegal to escape prison. If you escape prison naked, technically you have done nothing illegal. It doesn't actually it doesn't actually carry additional sentences if you escape prison. Why naked? Because technically the clothes that you're wearing are owned by the state. So that would be stealing state property if you escape prison with the clothes on your back. Okay? So why are you defending the judge? I'm defending the principle of beating the shit out of an old woman. While it is kind of funny to watch, it's ultimately a valid thing to want to make sure that this person still has a little bit more time to cook. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. Like, there is definitely I'm not an abolitionist. Yeah, they bullshit charge you for the theft of the clothes, people you harmed during escape, etc. So basically, it's not worth a lot. There is no charge for escape. Yeah. But still, I think the principle behind that matters. Why is there no charge for the escape, even though there are obviously additional charges for, like, if you hurt someone while you're escaping or stealing the clothes from the state? Why is there technically no charge for the state is a good question that people should be asking currently. It's because it's completely understandable and reasonable to want to be free. It is a human principle. That's it. That is the, at least that, as far as I understand, that is the understanding. Now, by your logic, Angela Davis, the famous Marxist who studied with Marxists, is a crusty anarchist who doesn't shower because she wants to abolish prison. Come down. You need to abandon these takes in 2024, dude. Seriously. It is not an anarchist position to be against prisons and the legal system. And no, I'm not justifying this dude's behavior. But you're silly if you think sending this guy to prison is giving him more time to cook. Anarchists always fall apart when asked the question, what are you supposed to do then with this person? Like, what is supposed to happen currently within the confines of our legal structure? with a person with a rap sheet like that, who demonstrated that they, in a moment, still have the capacity to snap in a violent way. Also, I love that you said this is not an anarchist position, and then you turned around and, mentioned the prison abolitionist anarchist position. Yes, mandated therapy in a mental institution is the appropriate response, in my opinion, as well. I do agree with that. Also, yeah, no, but that still comes with some level of detainment or containment. That's what I'm simply stating. When you have someone that has this kind of a rap sheet, yes, you need some level of detainment, which you are agreeing with me on. Exactly. This is not a perfectly rehabilitated individual. I thought you literally answered that yourself. You said at the beginning of this, there should be alternatives. I'm sort of shocked you're not an abolitionist, but no human principle to be free. That seems contradictory. I don't think it's contradictory. I think all humans intrinsically want to be free. That is a normal human value. I also happen to be an adult who believes that there has to be authority. There has to be rule of law. An anarchist will look at what I have to say and not see that this is an important facet of like living in a society and having some semblance of social cohesion and to be able to operate normally. They look at that and go, oh, you must be an authoritarian fascist because you think that there should be still a court structure and some level of detainment and containment in the interest of rehabilitation, of course, but still some semblance of detainment and containment for some of the worst offenders. Well, I do think it's funny, especially because this seems, devoid of context, this seems like a person that has been wronged by the criminal justice system, and this person, the perpetrator, is still 100% wronged by the material conditions that he was subjected to his entire life. Nobody becomes a person that like jumps at a fucking judge like that. It's still funny, and I will stand on that. Yeah, no, ultimately I think some semblance of some kind of detainment and containment is appropriate. That's my take. I know this puts me at odds with many people who absolutely despise the concept of taking a shower. But it's not thinking a clip is funny is illegal on the stream. No, it's not that. People are more mad at me now because I said, like, it's valid to put the guy who has, like, multiple domestic violence incidents and is, like, definitely mentally unwell, too, on top of that, in some kind of structure where he needs to be apprehended and is not like doing harm to himself or others. It's just crazy. I also said it, I acknowledge that it's like, it's not going to be helpful for him anyway. But it's nuts that people go, oh, Hasan Piker. Yeah, I'm a reactionary authoritarian fascist because because I said, yeah, it's kind of valid for this guy to be detained. Like, I don't think this guy is like an endless torrent of violence, right? I don't think he's gonna like indiscriminately be harmful to those around him. But it's clear. It is obviously clear to me, at least from what I've seen, the limited things that I've seen so far, that yes, when push comes to shove and he is a momentary lapse of judgment, when emotions take over, he clearly has anger issues. And an incredibly impressive vertical. I mean, and a horizontal, really. Like, very impressive. You're saying he's not dangerous because he jumped funny? No, I didn't say that. What? I think a lot of people in this community need hearing aids. This community used to be a daycare. Now it's 100% an old folks home. And some of you really need hearing aids, bro. I am being ableist, yes. Sorry, before you get mad at me about that, too. Or any number of different silly things. I mean, this is pretty crazy. Chat just likes to take the opposite position to you after 10 minutes of any discourse. I agree. This is Lolo's actual take, apparently. Dude, it's so good. He's so... I think if you can pull off impressive physical feats like that, you probably should be let go. Like, there should be, I reward excellence, okay? I think honestly, like, that dude straight up won. Like, he won trial by combat. That is incredibly, yeah, at least lower the sentence. What the right thing would be in this situation, yes, you're right, is lower his sentence. Because honestly, you should be like, no, you beat my ass fair and square. America is the land of prosperity. America is the land of freedom. America is the land where dreamers dream, and you dream big, okay? Deborah DeLon Redden, 30, was slated to appear in court on Thursday to face new charges, but refused to attend a hearing. Online Clark County jail records show Redden remained jailed without bond on Friday, and the court date had been rescheduled to Tuesday morning. The attack took place as District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus attempted to sentence the 30-year-old defendant during a hearing after being convicted of one county of attempted battery causing substantial bodily harm. In November, Redden pleaded guilty to the reduced charges and was released from custody. Court records show he was initially charged in a baseball bat attack with felony assault with a deadly weapon. Nevada Department of Corrections records show that in 2021, he also served prison time following a third offense, domestic battery conviction. During the hearing, Redden, who is unshackled, standing next to his attorney, says to the judge, "I'm a person who will never stop fighting to do the right thing. No matter how hard it is, I'm trying." When he meant he doesn't stop doing the right thing, he never stops fighting, he meant like fighting the judge. It's like, I'm a person who never stops fighting, judge. And by that, I mean, that's not a threat. Although it sounds like one, it's actually a promise. She responds, "I appreciate that, but I think it's time that you get a taste of something else because I just can't with that history." "Nah, fuck that," he immediately exclaims and runs towards the judge and flings himself over the bench, pulling her to the floor as an American flag falls onto the pair. And after the assault, at least 3 other people in the courtroom worked to pull Redden off the judge. One, a Claude Kirk, is seen in the video repeatedly hitting Redden as he cooked. Now he's got 13 new charges? Holthus was elected in 2018 after working for the district attorney's office for more than 27 years, including 16 years as a prosecutor on the Special Victims Unit, including coercion with force, intimidation of a public officer, extortion, and multiple counts of battery on a protected person. Yeah, what was he expecting, though? Let's be real. They did throw the damn bookshelf at him. You're right. It is pretty funny. Yeah, when he said he's fighting justice, meant he's fighting the justice directly.